Hey sailors, welcome to the crew. I'm Sailor Agenda, and this is my Let's Play of Rule the Waves 3 as Great Britain. In the last episode, we won a major victory over the Russians off the coast of Iceland, but still failed to actually invade that island. So the war goes on, with us continuing to try to strike a decisive blow against the Russians and wear down their cruiser forces. Do I have the money to... Not really. We got a bunch of funding there, but I don't really have the money to resume those yet. Oh, fleet battle off the northern tip of... Yeah, that's kind of what I thought. They're going to accept this, though. Interesting. Yeah, that's what I kind of thought also. Another fleet battle off Iceland. Yeah. Convoy defense. We can ambush due to an intelligence coup. Fantastic. And finally, our heavy cruisers are coming into their own, because 1st Heavy Cruiser Division with 3 Andromeda-class heavy cruisers is going to show up, along with 5 destroyers. Well, as long as their inferior force doesn't include battlecruisers, they have nothing that can stop this. HMS Andromeda, Argonaut, and Spartiate have 8 9-inch guns apiece, 4-inch belt, 2-inch deck, and they make 29 knots. 29 or 27? 29. Which means if we're intercepting a light cruiser or something, we will flatten it. As long as we can get in gun range. Heavy cruiser? That's a lie. It's a light cruiser. It's one of their last 2 Diana-class light cruisers, which are their best light cruisers. Well, it's going to be a little extremely one-sided, especially as that ship only makes 25 knots and we make 29. So this is going to be just... look away if you don't like ship cruelty. Honestly, I know it's kind of um, out of fashion in 1920, but if I were Diana's captain, I think the responsible thing to do would probably be to surrender the ship, because this is just insanity. Oh, guys. Oh, hey, look, it's HMS Psyche and Calliope with the pre-dreadnought battleships Centurion, Hood, and Ramilias, just in case we didn't have enough firepower. Are we escorting a convoy that has another... Okay. I think we have a little too much firepower here, guys. We didn't need this much just to ambush a light cruiser. I guess there's no such thing as overkill in war, really, but, like, come on. Well, we killed the cruiser. We killed the cruiser very dead. There must have another ship somewhere because the scenario hasn't ended, but that ship is not alive. Are you missing with these torpedoes, destroyers? I guess it's a bit of an acute angle, but still. Alright, that will do. I mean, I think the pre-dreadnoughts are about to go plaster her with 12-inch guns for no reason, but that's alright. I'll pass. Yeah, sure. The Russians must have another ship in the area. I don't know where, though. And I have no idea. And it's about to be night, so... I'll just cruise my way over to the convoy and make sure nothing untoward happens. Finally, all that investment in heavy cruisers pays off, because that was an exceptionally one-sided beatdown. They had 2 destroyers somewhere. But, yeah, we took literally no damage. Flora was hit 108 times, plus 3 times by the 12-inch from the pre-dreadnoughts, just for fun. And, she sank. That's about all there is to that. Unfavorable weather. Next time we invade this island, they had better... I mean, it had better succeed in actually invading the island. Come on now. Their fleet is... Well, I mean, if they get their whole fleet out, they can still fight us, but, like, it did not go well for them last time. They're operating awfully far from home, really. Like, can Iceland really supply? Honestly, instead of them attacking our convoys, we should be getting more battles of us attacking their convoys way up here in the Arctic, because it's not like Iceland produces a bunch of coal and oil. There's no way they can operate a fleet out of there without running a bunch of convoys from over here over to there. Or through here, but that's literally insane when we have both Britain and Norway. So I would assume they have to take them by the Arctic route. Can I resume these? How much do these cost each? No, we definitely cannot resume. Certainly not all of those. Let's pause. And let's try to work on one of them and see how it goes. Small engagement. Okay. Wow. Action with light forces. Okay. Austria has been interned. Molodetsky has been interned. Captain Palmer has shot Captain Scone in a hunting accident over a woman. Yeah, I think we're gonna go ahead and dismiss Captain Palmer, because shooting other officers of the Crown is not encouraged. Magazine box protection. Alright. Unfavorable weather. Enemy fleets dominate the seas around Sierra Leone. We are close to war with Austria-Hungary. I'm just not very worried about that. Where is... Okay. That whole Russian fleet, I think, is coming back from Northeast Asia, right? Maybe that's when they'll challenge us again, because that will give them a lot more battlecruisers in theater. But it's not like Iceland is a massive fleet base. What they have here right now, a battleship and some destroyers, is about all they can actually support out of the place long term. Enemy coastal raid. We can ambush them due to an intelligence coup. No, but it's not going to be that big a battle, because we only get 3 light cruisers, 5 destroyers. Well, if we can wipe out another Russian light cruiser, that would be a success, because they're down to 3 of them. They can't exactly keep that up for long. 53 destroyers too, and at least 2 of them are interned that I know of. We don't actually have very long for this, because it's late afternoon. Yeah, it's only March. I mean, we've got a little more daylight than we had. Well, that battle in Norway had dark for, or Iceland had been dark for 2 hours already by now. That being said, I don't even see them, and it is going to be dark quite soon. Our aircraft don't see them either, so I don't know where the hell they are. Does this map marker? Support force? Oh, we have armored cruisers out at sea as well, apparently. Oh, there we go. Probably a little late, but let's charge up there and see what we find. Okay, it's a Veliki Knyaz Konstantin class light cruiser with probably a destroyer. Unless we get lucky and cut her off, she can just run away from us. These ships only make 24 knots, and she makes 27. But she's in range, so let's see if we can't slow... Oh, for God's sake, it's gonna be dark too. And the destroyer's kind of coming right at us. We need to make a turn of some kind. Now let's turn and chase her. We only need to slow her by like 5 knots, and she's dead, but... I mean, because she's only armed with 10 5-inch guns. Any one of our cruisers can easily do her in. Let alone 3. But if we can't slow her, it doesn't help. Oh, I could have the destroyers try it, yes. Well, in fact, seeing as we're this close, why don't you go ahead and try it, destroyers? It's gonna be awfully hard to hit because of how small her profile is with torpedoes, but we can try. Well, at this point she must have been slowed because we're coming up right alongside her. Yeah, she's only doing 20 knots. Signals misunderstood. What signals? I don't even give any signals. Does she have deck torpedo tubes? No, only submerged, so we should be fine-ish. But I think she's pretty dead now. After that salvo, certainly. Yeah. Yeah. So the slow hunting of the Russian cruiser force to extermination is carrying on nicely. There goes another one, and that leaves 2 in total. Now, I currently have 43 operational cruisers, which you'll notice is more than 2. Also, their 2 are worse than literally almost any ship in my inventory, other than destroyers, obviously, but... So that's not going well for Russia. They can match us in heavy ships still, even despite losing 3 dreadnoughts, but... Their cruiser fleet was badly outgunned at the start of the war, and it has not gotten better. Now, the destroyers probably got away, or at least... there was 1 destroyer, right? They must have gotten away, or... the battle would have ended already, but we're fine. I can be bothered to hunt down the 10 or something cruisers they had. I cannot be bothered to hunt down all 52 remaining destroyers in the Russian inventory. That would not be a good use of time. Yeah, so the destroyer gets away. We took 2 hits, and Veliki Kinyas Konstantin took 134 from our main guns, plus 2 torpedoes. She only displaced 5,000 tons. She's super dead. Weight saving, which gives us weight saving. Shocking. Setbacks. Convoy system, less losses to submarines. Ah, and we've invaded Iceland without a fight this time. Fantastic. Can we dominate the seas around Southwest Africa? I mean, they reversed course? Yes, it does. They have 2 battleships, 3 battlecruisers that are currently on the way, I guess, to Northeast Asia. Now, I only have 2 battleships, a battlecruiser over there. So, honestly, it'd be a pretty fair fight between our detached squadrons right now. I have more cruisers, with 7 to their 1. Slightly more destroyers, but they would have an extra 2 battlecruisers. Well, it'd be a fair fight, like I said. If we can actually take Iceland and end this fight, then our next target for invasion is going to need to be Shanghai. That would be the other major port I want from the Russians at this point. Guess if we really want big, we could take Finland, or... I don't think we can take northern Russia ever. We could take Finland or the Baltic states, theoretically, but seems like overstretch. I'd probably rather take Kamchatka or Sakhalin as Britain. So all the conquests and Minervas are underway. I should lay down 2 more creases really immediately, but we'll deal with that after the war, when the budget's a little more settled. Ah, sport of land combat. Will they accept? They will. Oh, and it's going to be a battle cruiser action. Okay. Admiral Wright fails command check utterly. No decline of battle possible. Good effort, Admiral. Well, we've got the battle cruisers inconstant and inflexible, 3 light cruisers, and 9 destroyers. If they all actually show up, which they probably won't. Oh, they will. Okay, well that's something. And we're attacking their convoy. For once. So, okay. That gives us a... Oh my god. Right, let's everybody go ahead and rev up to maximum speed on those turbines, please, and let's just, make some immediate radical turns in various directions, because we're sailing directly into a bunch of Russian destroyers. And it's 2:30 a.m., and there's their battle cruisers right there, by the way. Or one of them. Are there any destroyers near my battle cruisers? Not really. Well, there's one right there, for instance. That's 4,000 yards, which is awfully near. Objectively, actually. That's not great. Okay, we just hit that one, but we have to turn away hard. She's probably not going to survive that, to be honest. But you know, wildly, that'll be the first destroyer we've lost in this war. I have not lost one yet. I think the cruisers are all fine, and the battle cruisers. Okay, daylight. Yes, please show me what the full situation is. How many battle cruisers am I dealing with? That looks like... Okay, that's the convoy. That's fine. Okay. I see 2 destroyers here, which are crippled. That's fine. None of my ships are out of this, except Eden is probably gonna sink, but... Well... Wildly, she's limited flooding and repaired machinery, and somehow she hasn't... She has a chance, technically. I don't know. So what I see is 2 destroyers which are sinking. 2 which are not. I think that's the convoy up there. And 1 Fokshani class battlecruiser. 10 11-inch guns, effectively only 6 to a side, because of this diamond layout. And an 8-inch belt, 27 knot speed. Same speed as us, 3 inches less of belt, and effectively 6 11-inch guns against 8 12s. We will rip that battlecruiser to pieces if that's all that's there, if that's all that's here. That's their newest, too, and biggest. And yet worse than these. This diamond layout is just... Oh, I see. It's triple turrets. So she does have 8 guns to a side. They're just only 11-inch. So it's kind of better than these, but... not really. I mean... Triple turrets, yes, but the layout overall wastes more weight. Only the 7-inch belt, too. I would think the Navarans are just straight up tougher, even though they weigh less. I don't know what they were doing when they designed Fokshani here. It's not full daylight yet, right? No. So we should be careful. There could be more still. I think she's lost a lot of speed already. I don't know why exactly. I don't feel like we hit her that much yet. Unless she took a torpedo or something in the dark, which is certainly possible. But barring the possibility of there being a trap, we're going to go ahead and chase her, because... Well, we're outnumbered 3 to 5 in battle cruisers. And if we could get... and we only have 2, actually, in theater, because I sent Indomitable to Northeast Asia. To be fair, they only have, I think, 3 in theater, because there's... No, they maybe only have 2 in theater? Did I just see there were 3 on the way to Northeast Asia? I think so. So if we sink this one, we would actually have battlecruiser superiority in Northern Europe for a brief while, until they could recall something from Asia. We'd go a long way to evening the overall odds. That's merchants. She is just running, and I don't see any sign of another one. Gotta be very careful not to get torpedoed, though. We're landing hits pretty consistently, but I doubt we've done enough damage to really finish her off. A lot of our escorts have gotten kind of distracted back here. Now she's fleeing into the convoy. At least they're still keeping their eye on the prize. We are still shooting mainly at her. Keep heading this way. Keep ourselves between her and Reykjavik, then there's not really anywhere for her to run, especially if she can't make 27 knots anymore. Sure. Actually, I shouldn't have done that yet. We're really not done with this battle. Oh well. Okay, she's now coming at us for some reason. And getting... That was 6 hits in one salvo from HMS Inconstant. Fantastically done. That's gonna hurt. What the hell is she doing? The only thing I could think is that she's covering some kind of suicidal torpedo attack? I'm gonna turn away, just in case. Oh, she's gonna... Actually, she might have slowed down enough because of damage to avoid that spread of torpedoes. Yep. Lucky, lucky. Oh, not that spread, though. Nope. Well, she's hit. I'm pretty sure we've avoided the torpedoes, or we would have gotten hit already, so... Well done by my destroyers, though, although she was crippled already, but... Okay, so I see, what, 3 destroyers still operational on their side? That might be a 4th over there. Fired off a lot of main gun ammo, but... We should at this point be able to just wipe out the convoy, unless there's a lot more guards somewhere that I don't see. I mean, in these, all my goldfinches have 3 5-inch guns and 2 4-inch. These only have 2 5-inch. This has 2 5-inch, so our destroyers should win gunfights against their destroyers if they're skirmishing in the ranks of the convoy, which they are. We just need to be sure we don't get hit by torpedoes before their destroyers are disabled. Finally, though, we're hitting back and going for their convoys for Iceland, eh? Ah, and the Fokshani just sank. It was just Fokshani, right? Yes, it was. It must be Fokshani herself, because she's a one-off. And pretty much, I mean, there's the escorts, but here goes the convoy, pretty much. They're not gonna handle a firing pass from 2 battlecruisers very well. Yeah. Objective accomplished. Bye-bye the entire convoy, except maybe whatever they're guarding down here. See if we can just finish off everything that's left. I don't want to get torpedoed doing it, but, I mean... It's 3 damaged destroyers and like 2 or 3 transports. I see 5 transports afloat, but I think they're all sinking, to be honest. Somebody just hit a destroyer with a torpedo. Fantastic shot. Should I go? I should not. No, we shouldn't do that. Let's turn away this way. You know, I'm beginning to think we might win this war, folks. Technically, it was still in doubt coming into today, but the Russian light forces are just shattered, and with this, we've dealt a big blow to their battle cruisers as well as their battleships. I think it's pretty much over here. I mean, this battle's over, but I think the war's pretty much over too. It depends on what kind of fighting we get around Shanghai, actually, but at this point I might be able to spare more ships to go to the Far East if needed. I mean, I'd like to finish the Iceland affair first, but once we have Iceland, we can probably go and spare a lot more ships to go east. We don't want to compromise the blockade, but yeah. Yeah, so that convoy's gone completely. Somehow, not only did we not take any significant damage to the battlecruisers, but you know what? I don't know where Eden went, but I'm pretty sure she's still afloat, which is crazy. Crazy. Alright, I might need to push yes to all here. Eden is still afloat. Fantastic effort on everyone's part. Ruby, where are you going? Oh, you've spotted an unknown ship. Good for you. I'm pretty sure it's just a transport, and I'm not really going to worry about it. I think we're just gonna go ahead and cruise back towards Scapa Flow, thanks. That is one very annihilated convoy. Yeah. That should definitely help with the takeover of Iceland. And I don't know that Russia's coming back at this point. They would have to win a major head-to-head, like, fleet action. So we had 3 destroyers heavily damaged and none sunk still. We managed to sink 17 transports, 5 destroyers, and a battle cruiser. So transports aside, they lose Lovki, hit 30 times by mainly 6-inch from the light cruisers, it looks like. Plus secondaries. I assume she was sinking pretty early on in this process, because she's an 1,100-ton ship. It lasted shockingly long, actually, but yeah, she sank. Vidney, how did Eden do? You know what? She survives that torpedo, just flat out. Well done. And the destroyer that hit her sank. Wow, what the hell happened to Ruby? She really took a bit of a beating against the destroyer Boldry somehow here. Really took a beating. Survived, but dang. Nemesis was hit by 1 5-inch from Bidatelny, which apparently did this much flotation damage. That's bad luck on the hit location, I think. But we sank Lovni. Lovki, that is. We sank Vidny with... She got a torpedo hit, but didn't manage to sink us, shockingly. And got hit by a couple of 12-inch, and apparently flooding damage did her in. Zutki. Lots and lots of... Well, 1 12-inch, but a lot of 5-inch from our destroyers and secondaries. Disorganized crew doesn't help. Pretty much all the Russian crews I've noticed are like -1 or 2 quality. Oh, look, Baldry had 0. That's pretty good. 4-inch and 5-inch, relatively few hits. She did get hit by a torpedo as well from Ethan Harjabrata, and that's apparently what finished her off. But at Telny, 43 medium hits and a 12-inch. Good measure. Sank pretty early on. She was sunk solely by secondaries, it looks like. One of them, New Krotimi here, 900-tonner, actually survived. Apparently she was detached early on and must have just run back to Reykjavik or something. And, well, our battle cruisers, let's see here. Inflexible, undamaged. Inconstant, undamaged. Wow, they didn't even take 1 hit. And in return they landed 38 12-inch on Fokshani. And pretty well sent her to the bottom. I mean, she was completely crippled and on the brink of sinking even before HMS Defender put 1 torpedo into her, which on its own sank her, but Ruby hit her with 2 more and Nemesis with another one just to be sure. But 5 destroyers and a battlecruiser gone, plus an entire convoy. And Sivoy is interned in South Africa. And peace negotiations founder. I want to try to take Iceland before I agree to a peace at least. And we have invaded Shanghai. Nadezhda is interned, which is literally one of their last two. Okay, we're at war with Austria. I'm not too worried about that. Oh man, that hurt our victory points so badly though. What the hell? Austria is completely a sideshow to this war. I don't really expect to engage Austria. I mean, I could send my whole fleet into the Mediterranean, but what's Spain doing anyway? We're allied. Surely Spain should be, at some point here, joining this war. Well, they're close. Oh, and Russia's also very close to going to war with Japan. That would certainly hurt. I really want Spain to go to war with Austria, but apparently they're very nicely allied with each other. Or not allied, but very close. The Russians still don't have any ships here. They're all hanging out in the Indian Ocean now. Except for a battleship they left behind off of South Africa for some reason. I would be rushing forces back to North Europe if I were them at this point, but maybe they've given up on Iceland. In any case, it's only 3-4 against me in battlecruisers now. They will finish Sinop soon. They've only got one operational light cruiser now, with one interned. They've also got 3 destroyers interned, which means they've got 44 of them effectively. So we're nearly 2-1 on destroyers now. It's only capital ships they have a chance. Austria-Hungary actually has us, well, we outnumber them. That must not be very heavy. Their battlecruisers don't seem that bad. 5-inch belt. That's not too great. These aren't bad at all, actually. I really don't have... Unless the Austro-Hungarians seem like they're about to invade something critical, I'm going to pretty much leave them alone, I think. Let's resume building all these. Everything is under construction properly. Yes, yes, okay. Let's lay down the next 2 crises then. We got 4 in service with 4 Andromedas. And I think my target was to have 12, right? That's what I wanted to go for. Sounds right. Now I don't fully remember, but I think so. 12 heavy cruisers, 12 combat light cruisers, and then as many colonial light cruisers as needed. Was, I think, my target. Okay, well. Oh. What happened to my... Oh, I see. Yes, it's on account of Austria-Hungary entered the war. We'll just put some more destroyers onto those duties, and we'll be alright. I don't think they're going to take this battle, no. I don't think they actually have all those ships there yet, either. Okay, apparently they're taking this battle. Thanks for watching, sailors. Hope you enjoyed. New parts will be up every other day, or you can watch live on Twitch. If you did enjoy, consider leaving a like and subscribing. Have a nice day, sailors. This is Sea Lord Jenda, signing off.